Harley Quinn has come a long way and changed a lot since her creation on the seminal animated Batman series, Batman the Animated Series. This character may not have as many alternate versions as you would expect, but she's only been around since 1992, so give her some time. Greetings Nerdy List aficionados, and it's time to take a look at some alternate versions, some scary alternates once more. Today, a character that started off intended for a single appearance and is now one of the most popular characters over at DC Comics. Some would even argue to the point of oversaturation. We're talking about Harley Quinn, who is now a firm staple in this universe. So let's take a look at some alternate versions. These ones will leave Mr. J shaken in his boots. I'm Sasha, and these are the top 10 scary alternate versions of Harley Quinn. Let's get started. Number 10, Ecco. We need to go to the TV series Gotham for this version of Harley, who is technically not Harley, just like how neither Jerome or Jeremiah on that show are technically supposed to be the Joker, but rather they're supposed to be proto-Jokers, to which I say, nice try, Jan. Ecco was introduced as Jeremiah Valeska's assistant, who would stick by his side even after he went insane. She would help him do anything, including coming up with a plan to destroy Gotham City and starting a church to him, a cult. That was during the No Man's Land arc. Her costume has the Harley colors and cues and sometimes even designs. She even has the painted face. She has that devotion, but she's not Harley. Nope. Look, if we call her Ecco, we don't have to pay for anything. This version of Harley is scary because she doesn't seem to have much of a will of her own to question anything. She's loyal to a fault and willing to die and kill for Jeremiah. They say it's hard to find good help these days, but when it's this loyal, it can be deadly. She actually only appeared in a handful of episodes too. Number 9, Batman Damned. Now, when most people talk about Batman Damned, they talk about the controversy of the naked Batman panel, where you see full frontal Batman. That is now a collector's edition because they don't print it like that anymore. Also, we probably couldn't show it because, well, YouTube. But there is also a pretty scary version of Harley in that comic, one that first appears masquerading as the Joker, and has been seemingly even more unhinged by his apparent demise. So she and Batman get into a scuffle on a rooftop, where she manages to get the upper hand, and she then proceeds to attempt to sexually assault him. But that gets no play. It's the Bat Peen that's the problem. Priorities. Things do not end well for this Harley, as under the influence of the Enchantress, Batman ends up strangling her. So yeah, Batman Damned, a lot happened. Also a Joker face on a Jesus statue. Lots of choices if you feel like taking the comic to task. Number 8, Harleen. Now this is low because it's a retelling of her origin. It happens under the DC Black label, but it's put together so artfully that it feels new. It takes the character back to her roots while granting her an agency. A true agency she hasn't had in years. The ability to be shown as well-rounded, and the descent into Harley is tragic but relatable. This Harley is scary because she's so easy to understand. Some people who read this story have gone, you know what? For the first time, I got it. I got why you would want to go with the Joker, why you would want to be Harley. The whole story allows the reader to make their own decision about what happened and who or what caused it, and that in and of itself is cause to rejoice. A comic that treats you like you're smart enough to form your own opinion, whatever it is. Also, the art is beautiful. Okay, I'll calm down. Number 7, Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey TV show. While Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn, later renamed to Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey because no matter how you felt about it, let's be real, that's what it was. Also, those were some Elseworlds Birds of Prey in that movie. Anyway, that was not the first time the character was associated with a version of the Birds of Prey. This adaptation on the TV series is loose too, but hey, at least it has Barbara in it. It comes from the early 2000s. In this universe, Harley is still a psychiatrist, but she has ties to the Joker, or had, and no one knows it. This is a very different Harley, not a manic pixie bad girl, but a manipulative, cold, calculating character. Some say that this version is boring, and compared to some of the others, she's definitely less vibrant. But she's also more cunning and had the potential to do some lasting damage. And because of her position, get away with it. It's always nice when people play with the psychologist part of Harley. Number 6, Haley FITZPATRICK. This Harley is from Earth 37, or the Earth where Thrill Killer 62 takes place. She's involved with Bianca Steeplechase, that universe's Joker. The two end up getting engaged and wreaking a lot of havoc and mayhem together. Also, Harley's a schoolgirl here, which many people ignore because the Joker here is female, but I don't. This Harley is scary because after Bianca is killed by Batgirl, she doesn't give up on this life of crime. No, she doubles down on it, and is shown murdering her own family so that she can get revenge and become a super criminal in her own right. Just yikes. Thrill Killer has a mixed reception in the realm of Elseworld stories. Number 5, Yo-Yo. This version of Harley comes from the world of Flashpoint, which was the world created when Barry Allen went back in time to save his mom from being murdered by the Reverse Flash. The result was a timeline with an Earth on the brink of collapse, Atlantis and Themyscira at war, no Superman, Bruce died in that alley causing his dad to become Batman and his mom to become the Joker. So that's who this Harley is helping, Martha Wayne. And she's willing to go hard. When we meet her, she's kidnapping Harvey Dent's kids, and then edgy Thomas Wayne Batman drops her off a roof, and she's only saved because Cyborg catches her. This version is scary because, well, most of Flashpoint is, and the fact that it ends in the New 52, even scarier. Speaking of that, brings us to number 4. Number 4, the New 52. The New 52 would see a big shift in Harley, from costume to origin to tone her character was written in. Gone was the jester outfit, in was a corset, bustier, and hot pants, and hair like, well, mine. At first, she would be even more unhinged and dedicated to the Joker. She would throw herself into a vat of acid to show her dedication to him, her devotion. She would put his face on Deadshot after he cut it off. The Joker cut off his own face for a bit in New 52. Also, the abusive aspect of their relationship would be brought front and center, and nuance and discussion would leave. Harley would now become a power fantasy of how to leave an abusive relationship rather than a discussion about them, which would leave her with only one direction, leaving him. Obviously, which was nothing new, but also striking out on her own again, which was also not new. But now it was permanent, and she would be a villainess in her own right. This would be toned down over time, and she would veer more towards anti-hero territory, and be joined by on-again, off-again girlfriend Poison Ivy, who would end her best girl status and lose all of her motivation except being devoted to Harley. For many, this Harley would become the Harley, and her solo series would soar. This version of Harley is scary because you're never quite sure what she's gonna do next. Is she gonna try to revitalize a neighborhood or blow up a building and kill several children? You just never know. Number 3, Batman/Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So not gonna lie, this ended up higher than I expected. But I mean, it's not every day you're turned into a mutant hyena. This crossover comic ran from December 2015 to May of 2016. And it actually works well. The Turtles have some grit. Their original comics were pretty dark, so they're not out of place hanging with Batman in the Batcave. And Shredder is a threat no matter what universe he's in. For poor Harley, that means being spliced into a mutant hyena, which I guess was the choice, because since the animated series, Harley has had pet hyenas, which were an appropriate Joker-themed pet because their call sounds like they're laughing. Number 2, Suicide Squad, the DCEU. Yes, the DCEU version is an alternate version. If you're not from the Earth where the character originated from, you're an alternate. So in this case, Prime Harley would be from the DC animated series. This was Harley's first big screen debut, but not live action because that was Birds of Prey, the series. The look the character had in this film would become iconic, despite the fact that the director of the Birds of Prey film now claims it was problematic and forced the first director of Suicide Squad, David Ayer, to apologize. I mean, there is one shot I can think of that was a lot of lot. You know the one. She bends over to get the bag out of the window of the store. I know where else I've seen shots like that, and so do you. Despite this, her look has become one of the most cosplayed and one of the most desired costumes out there. This Harley is scarily popular. She is the only thing to survive that Suicide Squad essentially, and launched a whole new craze of Harley mania, and it's not going away anytime soon. Number 1, MARIAN Drews. This version of Harley hails from the Batman White Knight universe, a comic series that acknowledged that Harley pre-New 52 and post are so different that they could conceivably be two different women. And here they are. MARIAN Drews is the second Harley, and Joker never even noticed the change. This Harley is drawn to mayhem and madness, and loves Joker because he is crazy, and because of the license that gives her to do what she wants. When he seems to be going sane and proposes to her, she rejects him, and instead becomes a new Joker until he comes back to his senses. This Harley is scary because she is a version who is using the Joker as an excuse to let out her own impulses that were always there and just looking for a catalyst. She chose the Harley life. The Harley life didn't choose her. So those were 10 scary alternate versions of Harley Quinn. Which version of Harley is your favorite, or is she a bit played out for you? Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.